what I want to do is go back to something you were saying before about Southwest Airlines. The idea of putting your employees first, your customers second, and your shareholders third. And that's something that Richard Branson talks about too. It's something that I talk about in my new book, Put Your Customers Second.
I love that book. When is it coming out? Is it already out?
Later this year.
Okay.
February.
You let me know, and I'm going to have you on my show. We'll promote the heck out of it.
Yeah, that'd be that'd be. It's coming along slowly, but one of the main themes that came out from the research with that book, the companies that deliver the amazing customer experience by focusing on their culture, every single one of them has this vision, and it's something you spoke about as well. How important is having a vision in delivering amazing customer experience?
Well, you've got, hey, I'm going to put it in music terms. You're going to love this. One of my favorite bands is the Beatles. Okay. And I love them. And here's what's cool. They created a vision, and they took it down to 3 words. And by the way, earlier in the show, we talked about always be amazing. That's our vision, my service and experience vision for us here and for our clients. And the Beatles had one, 3 words. I don't know, since you're a music aficionado, you may or may not know them. Bigger than, can you fill in the blank?
It wasn't Jesus, was it?
No. So and a lot of people say that, which is kind of an interesting thing. John Lennon said, he said the Beatles are bigger than Jesus. He right away apologized because he knew he'd said the wrong thing.
That's a little bit
right. That's pretty, but bigger than Elvis. Almost as big as Jesus. I don't know. No, Elvis, bigger than Elvis. So everything they did, the question came up, is this going to make us bigger than Elvis? If we record this song, is this the kind of song that would make us bigger than Elvis? If we take the famous tour they did when they went to Germany and they left Liverpool, if we do that, is this going to help make us bigger than Elvis? So they took a 3-word, point me north in the right direction. And the reason I say that is when Horst Schultz came up with, we're ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. That was his version of bigger than Elvis. So as they made decisions about how they were going to do things, does this fall in line with the mantra? Let's talk about Southwest Airlines. Southwest is known for cheap flights. All they give you is peanuts, but it's great service. And one day the executives sit down and somebody says, it'd be nicer if we gave them a little bit more than peanuts. And I don't know exactly how the conversation went, but I can only imagine Herb Kelleher saying, hold on, I like the idea, but let me ask you a question. Is this going to keep us as the low-cost airline with great service, or is this going to add to the cost and deteriorate the service? Well, obviously, it will add to the cost. And so they go, that's not what we're about. We're not about giving away fancy meals. So by the way, I'm doing some work with Southwest coming up, and they want me to fly on Southwest. And they go, do you like flying Southwest? I go, I love Southwest. Southwest has its purpose. Now, I'm the kind of guy that if I'm flying across country, I like an assigned seat. Ideally, I want my free upgrade that I get when I fly other airlines to the first class section with more food. And I said, but I realize Southwest is a different business model. And so when I take my family on vacation, hey, I love the idea of not having to pay for bags. And, I just love the way they do it. And their attitudes toward their passengers are just so much better sometimes than on a consistent level than others. So they like to hear that because they also know that their vision doesn't necessarily align with every customer. Herb Kelleher actually once wrote a letter to a customer who was complaining and basically said, I'm sorry we didn't make you happy. I just want you to know we love you, but you should go fly on another airline. That's pretty gutsy.
It's similar to the way that Ryanair operate in Europe. Now, again, there's been some issues lately, but I used to tell people that Ryanair were one of the most customer-centric companies in the world, and people used to laugh at me. But when I explained it, is Ryanair, they don't just have their own vision, but they understand the goals of their customers, and they understand their customers extremely well. And of course, it's a certain type of person who's loyal to their wallet. They're trying to pay the least amount of money possible, going on vacation, trying to save money while they do it. So everything they do is aligned towards the delivery of success for that type of customer. But traditional business people, that's not what they want at all. But Ryanair don't want traditional business people to fly with them because we demand too much. We want drinks and we want food and so for their customers, they are extremely customer centric. It's just that most people aren't their customers.